coming into this denim battle, as we're calling it, powered by Tencel and hosted here, which is amazing in this amazing environment that we're in. My name is Mohsin. I'm a denim designer and an educator. I'm a denim designer for 20 years, and it's been a complete honour to be teaching and also inspiring the next generation. So I've been asked to kind of host this panel talk. Let's see what happens. Most people consider me quite a purist designer, but you're going to probably find out quite soon I'm not so much purist as you think. But let's go down our panel. So if you could introduce yourself and also tell us what you're wearing as well. That'd be awesome.
I'm Florian Regtien. I'm 21 years old, born and raised here in Amsterdam. The 1 year international course at jean school. I got addicted to the sewing machine and I can't stop making clothes for myself, my friends and everyone who wants it. I'm wearing a self-made outfit made with recycled cotton denim and old jeans with all different kinds of treatments to give a bit of a Yeti furry vibe. And I come from the Pipe, the neighborhood in Amsterdam. That's why I always have my signature on my ass, which is a smoking pipe.
Super. Cool. And you married?
My name is Oyunaa Kerssens. I'm a first year MD student and also at the repair service at Denim. What I'm wearing is it's a Benzak overshirt, a King's Winnigo van Denim, Benzak pocketing, and also a Levi's 501 1944, and also Dr. Martens. And I think you can say they're over 6 years, 7 years old. So that's fine.
Super. I might as well tell you what I'm wearing as we're talking about it. I'm wearing a cone denim dead stock duck canvas 1880s triple pleated blouse that I made myself with a continuous stitch. I'm wearing a Tencel fast recast hemp and Tencel jeans that I made myself with a continuous stitch, and a Uniqlo t-shirt. But yeah. Anyway, how about you, sir?
My name is Johan. I'm a denim head. I have an education for jeans or something like that. I'm just crazy about it. I'm wearing early archive from 40s.
Okay.
Wearing Red Wing. This is a shirt from South Africa from Home Brothers, and I like the design very much.
Super. Yeah. And you, sir?
And I'm Johan van den Heede. I'm from Belgium and have been working for fabric mills for like 25 years. Now working for Advanced Denim. Always have been in product development, marketing and sales. Nice combination for me to see different views and different opinions and meld them together. What I'm wearing today is a trouser from Denim, which I bought because I did love the shape. And it happened to be salvage, but it doesn't need to be. She helped me in the store choosing the right size.
Hey, okay.
And this shirt is from a Belgian brand, Belgians. Again, I liked it.
Okay. So obviously, there's a lot of stereotypical views about denim people. So I wanted to just get it. We've got a younger generation here and a slightly sort of maturer generation on this side, including myself. I would consider myself more on this side. But what are the kind of stereotypical views? So let's start with you guys first. Would you consider selvage okay? Do you think having premium jeans is selvage quite an important thing, or you don't really care about it? I'll start with you first.
A premium jean, yeah, why should it be salvage? Salvage is beautiful, but I don't think to have a premium jean you need to have salvage.
Okay, yeah, that's true. And
Yeah, well, for me personally, yes, I quite like the salvage, but I don't think there's a must for salvage. I mean, there are also tons of good quality non-salvage denim fabrics produced.
That's true. How about you, gentlemen? Would you consider salvage is the must-have if you're going to be? No. Okay, that's interesting.
Not necessarily.
Not necessary. So, what sort of things do you think are necessary for a premium jeans from your point of view?
The shape of the pants, of course.
Okay.
And details.
And details. Okay,
Yeah.
so back pocket shape and the fit
single
maybe.
needle and
Single. Okay, so how it's made then,
Yeah,
basically.
yeah.
And how about you, sir?
Yeah, absolutely not important to
Wow,
be
okay,
salvage. It's just for me. It's in the. I mean, the premium is in the make,
Yep.
and the person designing it with an eye for details and a passion for the fabric, the garment he's making, and that's for me luxury denim.
So much for this battle we're about to have. We've got two sides of the room here who are in sort of alignment here. So for me, when I started as a denim designer, I fell in love with it because of selvage. So I'm talking 20 years ago, I learnt about it. I'm from that generation where the Japanese movement came in. I learnt it at that stage. And now we're all used to fabrics that aren't selvage, which are made with Tencel, lyocell, or like Refiba, or hemp, or other fibers, which are awesome, right? So for you guys, obviously you guys are the younger generations, are there any fibers and things that you've come across that you think, I'd love to have that in a jean, or something you've seen that you learnt about?
What's a must-have for me is that it's rigid.
Okay, rigid.
So that's, yeah.
Rigid, you guys, rigid is the key.
Most of them got
So
is
you
rigid.
guys like breaking things in?
Yeah.
Yeah? You're one of those?
Yeah.
See, I also love breaking things in, but actually sometimes I don't mind a rinse. I actually don't mind if it's been washed, but only if it's washed in a sustainable way. I know you guys probably don't agree with that. It has to be raw, you're going to break it in yourself.
That's the best, but if you can't get a raw one.
Right.
I think it's also perception because we are used to the view and the feel of cotton and raw and it's coloring our perception. I think on denim, and it's actually not true. It can be with different fibers because on some garments using different fibers you cannot not even see it has a different fiber. So
It's true.
why should
like,
it be
even
cotton or why should it be
the
nylon?
jeans that I'm wearing are made out of Tencel and hemp, and there's no cotton in it at all. So it's like, so there's, yeah, exactly. So for me, it's like, I've got to a point now in my own career, I think actually I don't want to use cotton. Isn't that strange? I want to do a non-cotton. Would any of you be willing to accept a non-cotton jean? Let's start with you guys first.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? Cotton is the thing.
Yeah.
So cotton, I'm sure you and I meant, cotton is for me a premium item
No,
that's been abused actually. So
I'm not. It doesn't need to be 100%
Doesn't?
cotton.
Okay,
Should-
good.
No. Like if you say Tencel hemp,
yeah,
it's two sustainable yarns to start. I think the sustainable part of the yarn of the fiber is I think today much more important.
Yeah.
And it's also there's so much innovation. Why shouldn't we embrace the innovation and use it to create new looks and
What?
new
What's more
performance?
funny about it is because cotton prices have been fluctuating. Right now, being sustainable is sometimes even cheaper. Actually, if you pick those fibers, so it's very interesting.
But I'm curious, do you know how this will fade if it's...
Oh yeah, no. So whenever I develop fabrics, we do all the wash trials, and we do all the. I like wearing raw. So let's get this out of the way. I'm like you guys. I like wearing. What saying that, I still like developing washes because that's where a lot of the business is. Actually, that's where a lot of people. Not many people outside of this room probably wear raw. To be honest with you, it's a very small percentage of people that actually do it. Maybe not in Amsterdam. It's a very different market here. But so your thoughts? Are there anything? So you think it's all about the fit and the. So would you go? Okay,
For me it is.
So are you a purist when it comes to you only wear tobacco color stitching, or can it be ecru?
Yes, lemon or tobacco or
Okay. What's your thoughts on the types of threads that we use in our jeans? Are you happy with polyester type threads, or do you want cotton? What's your thoughts on that?
Like, synthetic fibers for me are not allowed on a jean.
Amazing. So yeah, have a hat.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You
with
agree?
That. Yeah.
Because there's so many advancements in thread now that have become very available, from even better long staple cotton thread to even actually I know there's recycled polyester, and I know the jeans that you're wearing are most likely made with a polyester thread. So how do you feel about that?
Oh, I take it off.
You take it
I will
off.
take it off immediately.
But would you be, because I know why we use polyester, because I know it's stronger, but there are new advancements now. So it's convincing our friends at Lee and there's other guys to switch. But you know, the earliest jeans, do you guys know what the earliest jeans were made out of? What thread they used? Do any of you know? Oh, nearly. Do any of you know? The first jeans were made with linen thread. So there we go.
Last week I bought a pair of pants of Lee 101.
Yeah.
131 cowboy. And it's partly also with linen.
Yeah. No, linen and hemp are the two things that I'm super excited about now.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
super excited about. And super exciting. But no,
Thread could also be something because it's really strong.
it's really actually hemp is the strongest natural fiber, and it's been basically it's our cotton friends that gave it a bad rap. So it's true in the 20s. If you look at all of the branding and all of the graphics, they're amazing. If you're ever going to do a hemp project, look at all the crazy graphics that the cotton guys made about hemp. It's really funny. But okay, so another question now for you guys. So obviously you're wearing a denim jean. We're all friends with like Jason. Obviously, like, very like dark manipulated, really fun. So is there anything fit-wise that you love? Obviously, you like a tapered fit, I imagine.
I like taper fit, but I also like normal 5 pockets.
Okay, nice.
It's a mix. I mean, just mood of the day, I think.
Okay, that's fine.
No, there's not. Must be this or that. No, if I found something new, I just like. If I like it, I like it. It doesn't need to be.
How about you, Honig? I guess you like you like your straight fits.
Yeah, most of the times I've got are straight.
Are straight.
Also got tapered or.
And I noticed you're wearing your like Red Wing boots as well. I'm one of these guys that I like wearing trainers. So I've never been much of a boot guy. So I've never felt a part of this club. You know, there is a club. I've never been a part of it. I've never been invited anywhere.
No, we're wearing it yesterday. Boots, and World editions.
Yeah.
I wear trainers
Oh, there
as
you
well.
go. So you wear trainers as well. How about you?
Yeah.
Because you're wearing your boots, which are awesome. But would you wear? You know, you guys are both wearing boots. Would you consider? I'm trying to break this stereotypical view.
I wear all stars because I like all stars, but mostly boots. Yeah.
Okay. So okay. So it's going back to making now. Your jeans you made yourself. So you're both makers. I know you both are. So how long does it take you to make that amazing jean that you got there?
Yeah,
Many hours.
I get faster the more I do it, but I think like 2-3 days of full work.
2 or 3 days. And you enjoy it, right? It's like sort of like good music and you're going.
It's my obsession, my passion, my addiction. Like,
So you, madam, you're working in a Denham tailor shop. So you're fixing people's jeans, repairing them, taking them in. You're learning about construction.
Everything.
That's everything.
Yeah, that's everything.
Would
And
co-
we use 3 machines.
Yep.
We have the Union Special.
Nice.
We have the just a lock stitch, and we have the darning machine, Singer, and it's a freehand machine. You know those? Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can repair every hole, every
Yeah, it
side
like,
of the jeans.
it reweaves its own fabric, doesn't it? You
Yeah.
like repair it
Yeah.
and you follow
Yeah.
the grain line.
and you
Follow
don't have
the
a
grain.
transport, right? You
No,
just do it yourself.
it's just yourself.
Yeah, it's the whole and go for it. So guys,
Somebody.
oh yeah, question.
Can you speak louder because I'm not hearing you?
Oh, you
of
can come
course,
straight to the
yeah.
front as well. You're
Yeah.
most welcome to. I think I've got a loud voice,
But
but you,
do other people have the problem?
do anyone else have a problem? Speak up as much as you can.
You will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Johan, we're old people. Johan, we horen je niet.
There's 4 seats.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got a question.
Give me whiskey stuff.
These
No
guys-
confidential stuff, huh?
These guys came up with an interesting thing. So they're into darning and repair. They're into chain stitch hem. Would you consider a jean? Okay, would you consider a jean if it wasn't chain stitched and a hem still a good jean?
For some time, for some models, it's better to be chain stitch
Yep.
instead of single.
Okay. That's
Depends
fine.
on the model.
Depends on the
And
model.
the,
And the year. Okay. Because yeah. So okay. How about you, sir?
I'm not so.
You're not too fast.
No, I'm not so involved in it.
Oh, okay.
It doesn't need to be this
Yeah.
or that. It can be.
Right.
It
Because
can be different. I mean, it's also nice that. I mean, otherwise it's really boring that denim is this and nothing
Yeah.
else. I mean, denim need to widen up. And if you look at the future, more technical denim, I think it's a good thing for the denim
Yeah,
world
for
and
sure.
just make people more creative about
Okay.
using denim.
absolutely right. So a chain stitch was pretty much invented only because it's a flexible stitch.
Yes.
So you normally put it in areas where you need flex, so that's why they put it in a hem. So yeah, sometimes you do it with a lock stitch, and some of the earlier jeans were lock stitch. So if you're a purist, we lock stitch. Just letting you know. Alright. So it's interesting. Oh no, I'm just telling you from a historical point of view. It's like, no, I do use it. I use a chain stitch. I can't help myself. But the thing is, I like that defect in the machine. That's what it is. It's a defect, which is quite cool. And us denim people, I like mistakes and things. Do you when you look at jeans, do you look for small mistakes in the stitching and anything?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you really look for it?
Yeah, well, I'm having a couple of Benzards myself. And when I compare the jeans to some other brands, then I'm always noticing the color of the stitch, the SPI,
Yep.
and all those things, just the little details. And then, yeah.
How about you? Are the small things, when you're repairing things or when you repurpose things, do you go for the defective part? Or do you go,
Defecting?
or do you go for a part that's slightly mistaken and you put it on your jean? Or I guess all this is made by you, so you're not repairing old things and repurposing them, right?
Yeah, things like this that are quite chaotic, I think mistakes are the beauty of it.
Yeah,
And that's also the beauty of denim, because there's not a single jean that doesn't have a mistake. Right?
absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah. And even all these early jeans, I noticed when they were being made, they were made so fast without a care in the world. And now we're all trying to copy these mistakes that they do so fast. The pocket stitching is like all wonky. We're doing it. We're copying the wonky mistakes, which is really funny.
Also in the fabric, that initially like the twist of the yarn was hard or impossible to control, and that you had these nice lines in the warp.
Okay.
And now people are just like making irregular yarns to put it in jeans
I know,
to
it's
copy
really
the old
funny.
one. So it's
Okay, another question. This is interesting. Sanforized or unsanforized? Now, do you guys know what I'm talking about? You know, right?
Refresh my mind.
Okay, so this is fabric. Okay, so back in the day.
Quick.
Oh,
Can I explain? Well.
You can, great.
This is 1944, and it's a shrink, made to shrink.
Made to shrink.
Yes. So whenever I
wash
wash it, it will shrink a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some jeans are already sanforized, and then they won't shrink anymore when you put them in water.
They'll shrink slightly, but
Yeah,
not
slightly.
Yeah. So
Okay,
what
but-
is a massive machine, probably the size of all of Denim City actually, and it goes through, and it's got rollers, rubber rollers, and a bit of steam. And after the fabric's made, it goes through, and it kind of pre-treats it and steams it and irons it, and it comes out looking the same, but actually most of the shrink has gone.
Wow.
It still looks raw though, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
So back in the day,
And will it still fade like?
it will still fade pretty much the same. Yeah. They're very particular. But so I'm interested to hear these guys' thoughts on it. So these guys. So go with the ask the question again. Sanforized or unsanforized for you? It's not a trick question. If you don't know, it's okay.
Yeah, I don't wash my jeans, so I don't really
Okay, that's
care.
fine.
Yeah.
Both, they're fine.
Both are fine?
It depends on the fabric, what the fabric is.
Smart answer. Okay, how about you?
Both are fine.
Both are fine. So you wear both. It doesn't matter for you. So you don't mind if you wear a jean and then you would pre-soak it, and then you would wear it for at least 6 months to a year. Then you might wash it. No washing.
No. Yeah, washing.
Washing.
Just washing.
Good. I guess you wash it.
I wonder if you don't sanforize the fabric. I mean, I know if you don't sanforize the fabric,
Yeah.
you always get twisted leg.
Oh yeah.
Always.
Yeah, skewing. I love it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I encourage
you
it.
can maybe pre-shrink a little bit but you have to skew it.
I think when we buy
Which is
products,
sensible.
we want to make sure that when we wash it and rinse it, it kind of looks the same after we've washed it. So yeah, most of the time it's now sanforized. But I know there's some brands that advertise unsanforized, and you've got to buy a size bigger for sure. Otherwise, you're going to be a world of fun when you wear
See
it.
that with LVC.
LVC, well, yes, Japanese brand LVC.
Yeah.
Okay. This isn't much of a battle. These guys are all in.
We're very
I'm trying to
open-minded,
poke them.
Maybe we can see here a difference. There are some, because I see there's different in style.
Yes.
I like the clean style, and you're more of the roughness and everything.
Yeah,
Maybe
but
you can
it's
explain
just
a
like you
little bit
said,
that.
it's like the mood of the day. One day I feel like this, and I want to pop, explode, and sometimes it's just a really neat, normal
Yeah,
jean.
you would wear this? Yeah. Alright.
So you're sorry to interrupt you. So you said very particularly, I like the 1944 Levi's fit. You're not
Yeah,
into
also.
not the 47 or the 22, or are you familiar with those?
No, not very familiar.
Okay.
But I love a clean denim, and it can be like a straight fit, and otherwise a slim fit.
Okay.
That's like my choices.
I'm
And,
curious, like you have a kind of a style, denim style, but would you wear a jean like this? Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Yeah?
Would you wear something like this?
There you go.
No.
No.
Why not? Why
You
not?
wouldn't be.
That's not my style.
Would it be caught dead wearing that, or if you?
It's nice to see it that somebody else, especially youngers.
But would you consider that denim?
Who am I to say it's
Okay,
denim
it's
or
a
not
trick
denim?
question. Okay,
It's
no
up to
worries.
him.
It's exactly right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's
Who
fine.
am I to judge?
That's nice. That's good.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
think you would rock it though.
I think
Yeah,
you would.
maybe.
Rock it.
Maybe.
If you were on a bike, it would look wicked on you. Yeah. For sure. For sure.
Beach bike
Yeah. Yeah.
would be, maybe.
Okay. So
can tell.
let's go through some of the brands that we kind of like. So obviously you talked about Levi's fits that you like.
Yeah.
Obviously you make your own, but are there any companies that you really like respect? It'd be interesting to hear your perspective on it.
The funny thing is, I respect the denim brands, but I'm not really looking at it.
Sure.
I'm not
You like more vintage stuff, more inspired by the past, but not looking at any specific brand.
really.
It's okay. I'm probably the same as you. When people ask me, I get a bit confused. Going, actually, I like brands that don't exist anymore, like Sweet
Like-
All
like?
and Sweet Ore, and and Can't Bust Them, and all these, which are owned by other people now, which is hilarious. But
Some of the older brands are giving new life.
they live in you. They buy, but someone else has bought them, and then they become live again. Yeah. But how about you? So you talk about Levi's. Any other brands that you really love and respect?
Benzak for
okay.
sure.
Yeah, that's
because
also-
of the details.
Lenin's
what I
really,
said.
really cool. Yeah.
Just the neatness.
Neat, yeah. Actually,
And the look
it's
for-
a very clean jean, isn't it?
Yes,
But
yes.
would you ever wear jeans that are quite loud with pink stitching? Would you consider those good jeans?
Yeah, of course, yes. Well, it depends on how it's happened, but yeah.
On the inside of the legs.
On the
Momotaros.
On normal Taros, yeah, that's
That's
right.
right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you? How about you, Cesar? What kind of brands do you? Obviously, you're working for Advance, so you're a fabric specialist. But what?
Yeah. My 25 years in denim, I've worked with so many brands already.
Sure.
All the LA brands, the European brands, I mean the Levi's. I have no preference on one particular brand.
Okay.
If I just like the fabric, the garment,
Is there a brand that you don't like? That's a question I like to always ask. No, you don't want to go there. You don't want to go there. Don't want to go there. Okay, I've got
Only positive vibes.
only.
What kind
Okay,
of brand did it start for you?
what kind of brands do I like?
No, in the beginning.
What brands do I like at the
In
beginning?
the beginning.
Okay, I started wearing dead stock Levi's. It wasn't even vintage. It was dead stock from the 70s, Biggie.
And what-
But I didn't realize what it was.
What year are we talking about now?
It was 2001. That kind of stuff. Okay, as soon as I realized about
And you
good,
started with jeans.
I started with jeans. But as soon as I started realizing about selvage, I realized everything I owned was crap. I was really no. Honestly, overnight, it was an overnight thing that happened to me. I think someone showed me really good Levi's jeans for the first time, and I started to read fabrics, and I realized, let me check my wardrobe to see what I've got. First, there was no selvage, and then I thought, oh my god, all my fabrics are horrible. Overnight, I stopped wearing all of it.
I started liking selvage
Yes,
at the very
that was
beginning
my gateway. Yeah.
because of the small spot of the color in the garment.
Right.
And then of course I knew what was a selvage
Yeah.
because you're in denim, but I started to like it just because of the small detail and giving a little bit of color.
I just started in the early 90s, in the mid 90s.
You're
when
one of the-
LVC started it. I was reading about it.
Yeah.
I was in the rockabilly scene,
Yep.
and I just found the first one I found, a 1963 551 ZXX, on a pile, just by the collar. Took it out. That was the first one, and that started it all for me.
So let's go into archive now. All of us are collectors. So, I'll start with me. I was in a recycling center, and I found an original Type 1 from 1930 in a heap of stuff that was just about to be shredded, worth $5,000. That was my most amazing experience. Have you found anything amazing in the last few years that you think is so inspiring, that's inspired you as a piece? Have you found anything?
I haven't shopped in 2
You haven't
years,
shopped?
so
Okay.
I don't know.
Nothing on eBay that you've looked at, that you've stalked at? Nothing?
No.
How about you, madam? Anything that you found even here today?
No, well, I'm not like the kind of archive collector.
Okay.
I just like to buy some stuff to but I don't have much. So
Okay, that's okay.
it's
You're
a
at,
couple of pair of
you're at the
jeans
beginning
and
of your journey. I promise you at the end you'll have a suitcase full. More.
quite beginning. I started when I was 9.
Started when you were 9. I remember your father and you had a brand together as well.
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
amazing,
It started. Okay, that started with when I was like 9 years old. We went to Japan to Kojima actually, and we went to collect meals. And when we were at Momotaro, I saw like they made a kids salvage denim. I was like, Dad, come on, please, please. But yeah, of course, it was like 300 euros. And I played football all the time, so it will,
It will look good after a few days of wear.
Yeah,
sure.
after a few days. So, but that's actually when we came to the idea to just make it ourselves. And
So have you still got the brand? You can still do something with it? Not anymore. Okay, if you started a brand now, guys, this is a question for all of you. What kind of materials would you use for that brand? I'll start with you first.
100% cotton.
100% cotton. Okay.
Yeah.
Even the thread, everything.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, sir?
I would use a lot of hemp.
Yeah, good man.
What kind of
Do I have to go?
What kind of materials? If you you have a brand already. If you could make a jean right now, no money is not a question. What kind of materials would you use to make that jean? Would it be?
That will differ every time, but maybe something with a lot of cotton and iron in it, so it's more of a
Okay.
yeah, not really wearable, but a lot
Okay,
of iron.
metal, you mean? Metal in the fibre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can go through a metal detector and you get alarmed. Like
Yeah,
that.
you
Nice.
won't get through anything.
Super.
And how?
Okay.
And
Bulletproof.
Yeah, maybe something through the yarns, or maybe as a treatment.
To make it shine or to
To make it
back
more
it up?
rigid, or
Yeah.
to just okay, that's interesting. It does exist. I've seen metal yarns in Wolf and West before.
Metal?
Yeah, they do exist. How about you, madam? What would you decide if you could start your brand again? You're older now. You're a bit more you're a lot more knowledgeable of what's going on. So
Well, I need to learn a lot more about materials to
Okay.
make that decision.
Okay.
I'm not sure. There are a lot of new innovations I've seen at
on
Kingpin.
a
so
weekly basis, there's new innovations.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So,
No, obviously this is powered by like Tencel, but there's so many great advancements in fibre now and dyeing as well. Would you be happy to have a jean not dyed with indigo? Would you consider it a jean?
Yes.
Would you?
Consider it, yeah.
Would you consider a jean if it's,
Yeah.
if it's not blue?
But
well, there's a difference between jeans and denim.
Right.
You know.
Yeah, I know.
It's more the jean than it's more free.
Well, you
But
can go to any high street shop and they've got a pink jean. Is it still a jean?
I wouldn't wear it. For personal, I wouldn't wear it. But,
they,
maybe yeah.
But
yeah.
they market it as denim. But would you consider it denim if it was like, yeah?
Pink, yes, of course.
Really? Okay, that's interesting. Would you? Would you not? That's not denim. Would you? Or would you?
But we had that already. Or who am I to judge?
Who
What's
you're
denim or
you're
what's
so,
not denim?
it's such a nice panel. I'm expecting an argument.
Who am I to judge?
I had all these questions figured out that I'm going to get
I
these
think
guys to argue.
it's a problem nowadays.
Sorry?
Maybe someone in the
Yeah. Anyone want to ask us a question?
Pick up the battle,
The slightly older generation, young. Yes, go for it.
Yeah, how would you guys wash your
There you go. How would you wash your jeans? How do you wash your jeans? He doesn't wash. But when it gets smelly, let's just say you fall over in the mud. How do you treat it?
yeah, just with hand.
You
with
brush
sponge,
it?
I'll
Oh,
brush
sponge.
it.
Okay.
Yes.
And if it stinks, I'll hang it out. And
Yeah.
if it's really dirty, I'll put it in the freezer.
How about you guys?
Normally wash.
They don't wash
First,
it.
I pre-shot. Yeah, I wash.
Now,
Otherwise, I can come home after a while. Or you have to sleep outside.
I've now, after 20 years in the business, I actually, sorry to say, I don't care anymore. If I wash it, I wash
Why
it.
is it such
Yeah,
an
it's
issue?
fine.
Why is it such an issue on the forum?
Well, many people like
You
say
have to do what you had in your mind.
True.
But if it's not dirty, you just put it in,
Oh yeah, it's like
in the fridge. That's
in
it.
the fridge. Okay.
Or buy a new one.
Or buy a new one. Very sustainable. Yeah. Any, got a question for us?
Just wondered how, as denim experts at different levels, how aware are you of the negative impacts your love for denim has on the world, and are you doing anything about it differently than you were before? And do you feel any guilt?
What are you doing now, as you know how damaging? Well, I think these guys wear one jean or two jeans in rotation, and that's it. I think they're doing great for sustainability. You know?
Yeah.
That's what you think. What do they think?
Okay, this is a good question. How many pairs of jeans have you got in rotation?
Rotation.
Yeah. Good question.
I stopped counting after 100.
Wow. So you have 100 pairs that you actively
More.
wear? More. They're not just ones that are sitting in the archive now and you're happy, you're leaving them to it.
Well, all the jeans, I have to, I must go and wear it.
How about you, sir? So you work for a denim mill, so you must get lots of samples.
Yeah, I've got many garments, but I mean,
In like rotation? Like
in
the ones you
rotation,
actually wear?
like maybe 3 to 4, but new, it's just very occasionally when I really am in love with the fabric and the garment, and ideally if there's a sustainable part, because I mean now it's very strong sustainable story, and it should be very strong.
Yeah.
Because it's I think it's not only about just saving the planet, but it's also about respect for the planet and the life. I mean, we are part of it, so I think it's very important to, and we should feel guilty, but we just have to try to make it better for the future. I mean, we cannot step back, and we just have to.
Good.
Okay.
Good.
How about you guys? How many jeans do you have in? Okay, you're You work in a denim shop. You probably got like 10 or 15 now, surely.
4.
Well done to
Four.
you. 4. That's it.
Yes, that's it.
How about you? Make your own. So you must have a few now.
I have too many and too little jeans in rotation.
Too many and too little.
How does that work?
Is it just you've made loads but you don't wear them?
No, I got loads, but I want more. That's
Ah.
It is a addictive thing that we're all in. This hasn't been much of a debate, just a nice conversation, I feel. But I want to thank all of you for being on this panel. Oh, question, please, go.
So yesterday I had a conversation with somebody that worked also in the side of jeans, and she told me that that it's questionable how sustainable denim is, because she said that for the production of the yarn of the sustainable yarns, actually more water is used.
Yes.
So what actually makes something sustainable? When is it sustainable?
Okay, can I say something here? Am I allowed to? No, I'll ask your opinion.
You're the expert.
Okay. For me, yes, a pair of jeans roughly is about 4,000 litres to make one. Okay. Now, 2,700 of that is just on the growing of the cotton alone. So if you can eliminate the cotton part, you're already saving loads. So that's why hemp and other fibres are very interesting to denim designers at the moment, because the water savings are amazing. But there's many ways. We all wear jeans that have been pre-washed. Not many of us wear raw jeans. Okay, a lot of us in this room do, but outside the room, no. They've all been treated. They've all been rinsed or treated, or God knows what's happened to them. So it's our responsibility to try and make jeans with the care of the planet and the workers that are making it. I don't actually mind where the jeans are made. I just want to make sure that the worker and the environments are safe. So I don't actually care where it's made. It has to be made right. That's my personal opinion on it. But the water savings is an issue. Anyone else got an opinion on this?
There's so much innovation.
Yeah.
It's like we have a zero cotton collection, but also we can dye indigo just in one dip.
Yep.
And there is no pre-treatment of water, there's no rinse of water. So it's like, this is like the strive of going as sustainable as possible. And there we need to make more and more innovations, and that's happening.
So many good innovations. There's an innovation that Tencel have done called Modal Indigo, where they're dyeing the fiber at the dope stage. I don't know if you understand what that means, but basically, and then they make the yarn and then they spin it. So 99% water savings just on that part. So there's so many innovations, but so many innovations exist. They're all available, but it's up to designers and developers and buyers to pick them, and for us to try and push for them. So most of these great things are already here, but the more we pick it, the cheaper it's going to become. But we want the likes of Tesco's to be using it. What we do is a marginal amount of thing. We need to get the bigger people like using it, really, to really change what we're doing. That's my opinion on it. Any thoughts on how we should be doing this? So you guys, the last question before we end. I was going to end it, but I'm going to have one more question. What do you think what mistakes do you think the older generation has made, which you think now it's on your shoulders to try and fix it? So what mistakes do you think, I wish they didn't do this? Or any thoughts on the older generation, on how they treated it? All these people that are considered amazing denim designers are sometimes the cause of the problems that we're having right now.
Everything happens for a reason, so it had to happen. But if like all the stone washes and all that thing didn't become a trend, a lot of
You would have saved
shit
a lot.
We would have saved a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
No, but to your question, like I don't think anything can be fully sustainable.
It doesn't exist
It
yet.
doesn't exist
Yeah.
yet.
But there's so many, everything from spinning, innovation, to dyeing, to weaving, to how we make our clothes, to how we wash our clothes. There's so many, it's like music. There's so many dials in what we're doing, and no one has achieved everything properly yet. It does exist, but it's just too expensive as well. Any last thoughts on that?
About the mistakes, I see them as lessons, and I think there's one big lesson to be learned, and that's about how we produce them and how constantly we produce them with nature.
Yeah.
Not against it anymore, but with.
Yeah, a jean, it's waste as well. It's wasteful what we're doing, and ideally there should be no waste when we make anything. So ideally we should be doing all zero waste pattern cutting with like bacteria-based indigo, with non-cotton products, with no polyester. All these things do exist, but it's just hard. Any final thoughts you would like to end on anything? How about you, sir?
No, again, I think the focus should be on sustainability, and that means innovation.
Yeah.
I think it's it's also because we are much aware of the consequences of the old techniques and the damage that we now really work on it, and, and we have to work on it. And that's also the reason I think why we didn't do it in the past, because we didn't think about it, we didn't know the impact, and now we see the impact.
Yeah.
So
I didn't know. When I was a denim designer designing 80 washing treatments, I didn't actually know what the guys were doing to get those washing treatments. Just, this is the wash I want. And so now I know, and I'm horrified by the stuff that they do. So yeah. I want to thank each of you for being on this panel, and I want to thank our guests here. But any last questions before we end it? I think we're all good. But I think it's been quite a fun panel, and I wanted to obviously thank Tencel as well, and like Denim and like Denim Days Festival for allowing me to host this quite interesting, weird. I was expecting a lot more. Yeah, no, I was a bit too nice, but I did ask some questions that you guys didn't navigate how I wanted to. But so I want to thank like Tricia, Carey, and Michael.
Next time, you guys to fight.
Yeah. I wanted that there was no fight. There was no fight. There was a slight fight when it came to the fits, maybe, but no. But I want to thank Tricia, Carey, and Michael. Follow us on Carved in Blue, and go to follow like Tencel. See all the innovations that Lensing are doing. They're quite remarkable. And thank you so much for your time.